Uh-oh, MAGA is waking up and feeling they've been duped by Donald Trump. There's a new hashtag all over Truth Social, Donald Trump's social media platform, called hashtag Doge Twins, D-O-G-E, twins, and it's not a compliment to Elon Musk and Ramswamy. MAGA is waking up and realizing that maybe when it comes to immigration, Donald Trump wasn't their guy. And instead, you've got reporting like Elon Musk calling them retards. I'm Michael Popok. You're on the MeidasTouch network and on Legal AF. Oh, the scales are dropping from MAGA's eyes as we speak. Let me catch you up on a couple of stories I'm going to stitch together and you'll see what I'm talking about. First, there's reporting that Elon Musk on his own social media platform commented as a like, and makes a lot of sense, an observation made by a pro-Musk supporter that the H-1B visa program, which is where you have highly technical immigrants come into this country on a visa program in order to fill jobs that either Americans don't want or can't obtain, these H-1B visas, which are handed out a lot to the Indian community, the Chinese community, other Asian communities to come in and fill jobs in high tech and other industries, has really been the lifeblood of our economy. We need H-1B visas to fill. And a follower of Elon Musk effectively called those people in America retards. This is another way to put this. They claimed in their posting that Americans are too retarded, that's the word, they use the R word, to obtain these jobs, and that we need H-1B, especially in the tech bro world. And Elon Musk, rather than saying, that's an inappropriate observation about mainstream America, don't call them retards. That's not only politically incorrect or politically not correct, that is insulting. Instead, Elon Musk wrote, makes a lot of sense. Okay, now you fast forward. Now you have Elon Musk calling the large majority of Donald Trump's voters retards. Do you see why Donald Trump didn't bring Elon Musk into the government in a position that required Senate confirmation? Do you see why the Department of Government Efficiency is neither a department nor in the government and hasn't yet been really formed yet? You see where there's some plausible deniability by Donald Trump if he ever decides to fire Elon Musk from a job that doesn't even exist. Now let's fast forward to some of the commentary that we've spotted and Raw Story has spotted on Truth Social about Ramswamy and Elon Musk. And people are starting to have second thoughts. First of all, there's a war that broke out between Elon Musk and Laura Loomer, of all people. She's the Holocaust denier, 9/11 denier, person who came out in favor of Donald Trump, visited the 9/11 memorials with him, and seems to be one of the strategists for when Donald Trump decided he was going to talk about Haitians eating cats and dogs during a debate. That Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is very active on social media. How do I put this nicely? She's very active on social media, and she took on Elon Musk and claimed that Elon Musk is really working for foreign interests and not for Donald Trump interests. Elon Musk fired back and said she's just looking for clickbait in order to gain some clout. She's a clout chaser, as we like to say. And that war broke out. But then right behind it, Laura Loomer took on and attacked, mainly because the person is black or brown, somebody that Donald Trump wants to appoint to be the head of his artificial intelligence, as a senior policy advisor for artificial intelligence, a guy by the name of Sriram Krishnan, who's born in India, an American born in India. And Laura Loomer freaked out and lashed out at this tech entrepreneur being chosen mainly because he's brown. So that led to Elon Musk firing back. And then we're off and running with the Americans are retards and we need the H-1B program. Now, the hashtag Doge Twins, not a compliment, I remind you, which is now is a trending top trender over on Truth Social. Here's some of the quotes of some people who are now attacking. These are Trump supporters now attacking Elon Musk. Here's American gal _69, who says in her bio that she lives in Tennessee and that the Constitution, because those are my God-given rights. She levels accusations against the MAGA movement, and she thinks they might have been defrauded. And here's her quote: "Some dumbass comments from folks that are blinded by false prophets." This is on Donald Trump's websites. "Do your research," she says. "I knew all this crap was coming from him and Swami." That's what she calls Ramswamy. "Did Donald Trump know? Is he in on it? Has MAGA been duped? Let's see how the boss, i.e. Donald Trump, reacts to all the negative feedback on the hashtag Doge Twins." A person self-proclaiming to be a United States Marine veteran, Blackbeard's flag fired back under hashtag Doge and Elon Musk about outsourcing our jobs, that he wants it to stop, outsourcing of jobs of America first, that they, Ramswamy and Musk, love H-1B visas for cheap labor. He suggested, how about a complete moratorium on immigration? What country do I live in? That sounds about my speed, but then I'm America first, MAGA, and Doge needs to hush. Another supporter, Annie of the West, wrote on Truth Social that she's pro-West and anti-immigration, Christian, conservative, and a patriot. Men are men, women are women. Return this country what it was. Here's what she had to say about the rest of them and Elon Musk. "Deport all illegal aliens with a lifetime ban from re-entering the U.S. No exceptions." Then she points her wagging finger at Donald Trump and says, "Trump, we didn't support you so you could bring and keep more foreign nationals here to further drain our resources. America first. Student visas in the U.S. are hideously abused by foreign agitators, activists, fake student criminals, and visa overstayers. We should not offer green cards to any U.S. college graduate to encourage more to come and stay. We should be America first." Another poster on Truth Social said, "Kiss Doge goodbye" after the last 24 hours. Elon, a.k.a. Jack Dorsey 2.0, he was the founder of Twitter, just took blue checks from Laura Loomer crap. New rules with update seems to be deboosting the MAGA conservative voices. And then claims there are 1.5 million illegal aliens in the U.S. awaiting deportation. There is a problem brewing. MAGA feels duped by Donald Trump and doesn't feel that Elon Musk, which they always suspect is a foreigner because he was born in South Africa, doesn't have their best interests at heart. I'm glad the scales have finally dropped from your eyes, MAGA. I'm glad you finally realized that Donald Trump doesn't care about you. And his closest inner circle advisors, Uncle Elon, who was at all the Thanksgiving Day and family photos, thinks you're a retard. I'm not using that term. That's not me, Michael Popok, using that term. That's Elon Musk agreeing with the use of that term when somebody used it. Because that's how they secretly feel about the voters that voted them in. They may have been duped, but Donald Trump and the oligarchs who, I'm telling you, if the average American and average MAGA supporter was burning, their body was burning in the middle of the street, they wouldn't stop to urinate to put them out. I mean, let's be frank here. That's the way it is. I've been around some of these people. They're not stopping to get their shoes shined and paying the working poor. Let me just put it that way. They're moving on. They have very little rubbing of elbows with the average American. In fact, Elon Musk thinks everybody's mediocre except for him and is mentally impaired. And now MAGA is starting to catch on to that. And that's where we're starting to see this little bit of embers that we're bellowing here. A little bit of embers that are starting to spark up on Truth Social, where they now think they've been duped. If we now ran this election again, let me posit this. If we ran this election all over again, with what MAGA now knows about what Donald Trump's true intentions were when it came to immigration, when it came to raising the price of everybody's personal economy because of his tariff war, because of his approach to the economy, because of his tax cuts for the rich and the rest, and how he was going to have all the billionaires, all of them, inside the government, not looking out for the little guy, not looking out for mom and pop, not looking out for middle America around a kitchen table, but looking out for their own interests. You ran that election today. I have a feeling a fair number of the 9 million people that had once voted for Joe Biden that sat home would end up at the polls. A fair number of the people that voted for Donald Trump would have second thoughts about having done so. And maybe even a fair number of the 20 million that stayed home altogether and didn't vote at all in either election, although registered to vote, would show up at the polls. Now, that's where I think I am right now. That doesn't help us for this election, doesn't help us for this coming inauguration, but it does help us at the time of the midterms. Usually, power corrupts, right? And absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I think that's what we're watching now, this tremendous overreach by Donald Trump, heady and drunk with power after the election, and the fact that they won all three all three branches of government. And now they're going to do exactly what we thought they were going to do. Take it as a mandate when a mandate doesn't exist. Call it a mandate when it isn't one. Say that there's been the MAGAification of the United States and everything turned red, and now he can get away with whatever he wants. But America's watching. The blue states are watching. The people that sat home that shouldn't have stayed home are watching. And now if we can motivate them by keeping a close eye and close tabs on his abuse of power, Donald Trump's abuse of power, which is only going to continue because he's drunk with power, between now and the midterm election, we can crush him in the midterm election. Crush them, send them home squealing with tail between their legs, take one, if not both, houses of Congress, and make Donald Trump as quickly lame duck as possible. It's the race to create a lame duck president in the form of Donald Trump. He knows that he's on a short track. He's acting like a guy that only has 3 years or less in order to do maximum damage to the American Republic. And we've got to stop him. And I'm starting to see, right? It's starting to seep into the water supply now with MAGA, because they're starting to think maybe their cult leader isn't so great. Maybe he's not going to do all those crazy things that they wanted him to do. Maybe he really feels that they are mentally incapacitated, that they are not his equal, that they are mediocre. And hopefully they'll wake up in time to they can't change their vote for this election, but vote again in 2 years and give back to the American people a balanced government before it's too late. I just hope that there's no openings in the United States Supreme Court between now and then, and that the Democrats, who have practiced well at the end of the 118th Congress, have practiced their skills on how to be the party in opposition, continue to flex their muscle and embarrass the House. The House is a do-nothing Congress because they can't get anything done without the Democrats. I said it before, Hakeem Jeffries for the Democrats might as well be the Speaker of the House or the co-Speaker of the House, because Mike Johnson can't get a darn thing done because MAGA doesn't have any discipline, and all of the Republicans are not all MAGA. And if there's just enough peel away, that's why he needed. We just saw it play out writ large in the last-minute debate and passage of the funding bill to keep the government alive and avoid a shutdown. He needed a fair amount of Democrats to come across and support that bipartisan bill, or it never would have passed. All big picture items are like that. So we have two angles of attack moving forward. One, the Democrats got to do their job in the House and the Senate to pin back and pin down the Republicans under a heavy artillery fire. Right? Have to oppose their policies, have to move to amend, have to use procedural mechanisms, have to try to peel away and lobby, have to make sure that at the end of the day that those bills don't get passed in the House. That's one. On the Senate side, the Senate has to do its job in the minority position of holding up hearings and asking hard questions and cross-examining people during confirmation hearings, and do their job in the Senate in the minority position. Then the court system and outside organizations like the attorneys general of the Democratic states, led by New York and California and Washington, D.C. and the like, have to file, along with the ACLU, the Southern Poverty Unit, and other public interest groups, have to file lawsuits to stop Donald Trump from executing his worst instincts in executive orders. Because that's how Donald Trump is going to try to do most of this. It's going to be by executive order, because he knows he can't count on the MAGA House because they're tied up in knots by the Democrats. So he's going to try to do it through executive orders, which means we're going to have to drag it into court in order to show the federal judges that the executive orders are either unconstitutional, beyond the powers of the president, and or are not consistent or inconsistent with congressional law, or that the Congress has to act in that area, not the executive branch, because Congress makes laws. The only thing executive orders can do can implement around the fringes of laws already passed, but has to be consistent with the law. And you know Donald Trump, He's going to make executive orders that are inconsistent with the law, that are unconstitutional. And that's where the courts come in. And those are the three ways we tie down and we keep an eye on it, close eye on it, right here on the MeidasTouch Network and on Legal AF. I'm going to do my part. I'm committed full-time now to the MeidasTouch Network and Legal AF. I got great news for everybody. I'm going to be 100% full-time devoted to MeidasTouch and Legal AF with no other distractions from now for the foreseeable future. That's good news here, I think. Popok Live on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. And then on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Legal AF on Wednesdays with Karen Friedman, Agnifilo, Saturdays with Ben Mysalis. And then I got a new channel that I'm curating on behalf of the MeidasTouch and the Meidas Mighty and the Legal AFers called Legal AF. Yes, Legal AF, the YouTube channel over on Legal AF MTN for MeidasTouch Network. Come over there and join me. We're trying to get to 500,000 by the first quarter of 2025. I'm Michael Popok reporting in the meantime. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories, the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.